My name is Joe LaCava, and I'm a PGA Tour Caddy. I started out with Ken Green, who's also from Danbury, Connecticut, in 1987. And then I had Fred Couples for 20 plus years, and now I'm with Tiger Woods. Well, the tee times come out Tuesday afternoon, and then I normally get there 2 to 2.5 hours before our tee time. And Tiger, my most recent guy, he's usually an hour 15 to an hour and a half before his tee time. He gets there, and he'll putt and chip, and then he'll hit balls on a range. And I'll grab a pin sheet, and that tells us where the pins are every day, and I'll go over that, and I'll give that to him. We discuss certain holes where the pins are and stuff like that. So we'll kind of get a little bit of a game plan for the day, but nothing crazy. And then we're both, constantly on our Weather Underground app checking the winds. We want to know which holes are going to be into the wind, downwind, crosswind. So, like I said, we have a little bit of a game plan, but you're always going to adjust because the wind will change, conditions will change, and stuff like that. But you do discuss a little bit of the round before you go out. But once it finally comes to game time, my normal routine is I get the number. When I call the number, I get the yardage to the hole. So he hits his tee ball, and then he'll get out there, and then I have the benefit of getting the number first because I have it before he has it. And then I give him all the information. So I'll say you got 174 yards to the flag. You got 168 to carry the bunker. The flag is six spaces over the bunker. So I have all the information. I kind of know where the wind is most of the time. So I'm already in my head knowing what I think he's going to hit or he should hit. And then once I give him the information, a couple things will happen. He says, "What do you like?" And that's when I'll say 7-iron. Or I'll say, "What are you thinking?" Or I'll say, "Do you like 7?" And if I'm already thinking 7, then of course I'll say the same thing. If I'm thinking 6 or 8, then we discuss why, and then we got to come to a conclusion on which club to hit. So that's kind of my routine from day to day on the golf course. When I get out there and there's a bunker that's 290 yards to it, and if it's blowing into the wind, he may ask me, "Can I get to that bunker? Can I reach the bunker?" And I got to know if he can reach the bunker or not, or if he can carry the bunker and stuff like that. So I got to know how the golf course is playing that day and what his mental state is. And so it is a little bit of a psychology thing too, because there's times when you got to pump the guy up if he's down in the dumps, and sometimes you leave him alone, sometimes you get after him. So the guy that I'm presently working for, Tiger Woods, believe it or not, everyone obviously knows his name. He lacks a little bit of confidence right now because he hasn't played much lately. He's been injured. So I don't want to use the word fragile, but he needs a kick in the butt once in a while in a good way. He's never not going to try. He's never not going to grind it out. But I got to reinforce the fact that, look, you're the best player in the world. No one can beat you. And he needs to hear that. And people are shocked when I tell him that. I said, but it's true right now. Just because, like I said, right now, he's not quite at the top of the world, confidence-wise, and I have to kind of beat that into him. I've always got to have a lot of information because he always wants to know where the wind is, how the hole played the day before, short, longs, better. He always wants a lot of information. Where I worked for Fred for 21 years, he didn't need a lot of information. He was a field player, didn't want a whole lot of numbers, almost like, didn't confuse him, but he just didn't want all that stuff in his head. And Tiger's the other way around, likes to break it all down. One time he gave me the old, because a lot of times we use the clock, because his dad was a military guy, so where the wind's coming from. One time he gave me the old 10:15. I said, well, hang on a second, partner. I can't tell you 10:15. I can tell you 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, maybe 10:30, but I can't tell you if the wind's coming from 10:15. So he's very detail-oriented, and so I've learned to kind of be more detail-oriented versus Fred, where he just didn't need a whole lot of information. Tiger kind of, he goes in streaks. Like right now he's on the peanut butter and banana sandwiches. So there's always got to have a couple in there because he likes to eat all day. I have the almonds in there. You always have plenty of water. He's got the energy drinks going. And then obviously depending on the weather, that'll dictate whether you have the rain suit in there or not, the umbrella and stuff like that. I always have 9 golf balls, which is way too many, but I'm thinking to myself, the last thing I need is run out of golf balls. And extra gloves and stuff like that, and that's it. Just the basics, but you got to have all that stuff ready to go, and maybe some extra spikes and stuff like that, but other than that, that's it. The only thing I do, when I'm not at an actual event, lately I've been going down to Tiger's place in Florida and working with him and doing some practice while he gets ready and comes back from these injuries. But in terms of actually preparing for a golf course or a match, no, nothing like that. I do all my work once I get to town, like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and there's a Pro-Am on Wednesday and Thursday through Sunday is the tournament. So that's when I do all my heavy lifting and my work. But if I'm not at an event, I'm not doing anything in regards to a tour event, stuff like that. In terms of promotional stuff, I do some side stuff. I do some, I play some golf with clients and stuff like that, do some dinner stuff like that, some speeches, but nothing crazy, but just a little to maybe get out of the house and make a little extra money, yeah.